Okay, sorry. I think I'm somewhat closer to on time tonight than what I've been the last couple nights, and hopefully things are going okay. Um, Anyhow, I welcome everybody to the stream that's here and waiting for it to start, and hopefully we won't have too many major faux pas. That everything's working. Hopefully my mic's working. Come on, phone. I gotta bring up my chat here. Bear with me real quick, please. And of course, I was going to do some haying tonight, and as you can see, I pop into the server. Well, actually tonight we were going to do some manure spreading with Morris, the guy that I have this server with, and well, he didn't get back from where he was at in time, so he's not going to be on here. It's just going to be me tonight on the server, so I guess we'll just have to make do with what we were going to do. So I got a little haying contract that I can do, and I need to double check my settings on my YouTube real quick, and I swear one of these days that I'll just be able to zap right into this and everything will be just copacetic, and all you guys have to worry about seeing just me doing what I'm supposed to be doing, right? Anyway, I hope you can hear me. Everybody hear me fine? Can you hear me fine, Michigan Farmer? So, I think everything looks good. Let's look at this, look at live. And yeah, it looks like everything's going okay other than staring at a pickup. Okay, I will get out of this, and looks like things are good. Cool. All right, let's get to doing something. So, good evening, PA Plowboy. Thank you for joining. And this is what, my fifth or fourth live stream. First one went okay, second one was okay, and then I went from using the GeForce stuff for doing downloads to the Streamlabs OBS, and I did that, and then I had to change my settings, so my third stream was not so productive. I ended up being a half an hour late. Oh, I tell you, it was not a very pretty sight. Let's go ahead and fuel this bad boy up. And I need to zip up time so we can get this stupid rain out of here. It was supposed to quit raining at 1 o'clock. It's 2 o'clock and we're still raining. I try to play somewhat realistic. There's a few things that I do that aren't realistic, and there's a few things that Farm Sim does that won't allow you to play realistic. Weather. Yeah, now it's supposed to... Come on, quit raining. Yeah, dang it. I play on PC, and I play with mods, and I tinker with the mods and XMLs. I edit stuff. You'll find that some of the not necessarily realistic part about how I play is most of my stuff. I don't go super fast, but I don't go 6 miles an hour like the in-game thing does. For some reason, I know that's realistic. For something that's actually faster than what you really do. I am also a farmer for real. Western Nebraska. Time here so we can get this rain out of here. realistically, you sure as the heck can't do much haying in the rain, and technically you can't do much haying right after it rains either, for that matter. We'll try to get it. There we go. All right, rain's gone. Now I can do something. And I don't know if I'm doing it on half-time or if we're going to do it on full-time. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, we'll leave it on full-time for now. Yeah, maybe I'll leave it on half-time. Maybe it's this late. Welcome to the stream. I see I got a couple more guys that come in. Don't be shy. Go ahead and chat all you want. I'm fairly talkative if I'm not somebody to talk to. I find myself rambling sometimes about some of the dumbest crud. I do my best, especially now that I'm going to stream and do these videos and start a channel, to filter my mouth a little bit. I'm not the cleanest mouth person on this. I'm not proud of it. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. So if you hear me cuss, don't be surprised. But I've been working on that, trying not to. But as far as my opinions and point of views, I'm not very politically correct. I kind of just, you'll know where I'm coming from, how I feel about things, because I don't beat around the bush. All right, now let's see. Let's get a course made for this, and hi, welcome to the live stream, CBW Farms. I appreciate you coming in and showing some support. I thank everybody that that come over here from Bonehead and subscribed. I had like 19 subscribers, and before I started, I checked. I went from 19 to 32. I really appreciate the support. And any of you have channels yourselves, I went and subbed to some that I found links for, and if I miss anybody, I will do my best. Do my best to get to your channel and sub, because if you're going to support me, I'm going to support you. That's kind of how I am. I'm a little disappointed because I know there's some bigger guys that I supported for years that know that I've started a channel that kind of just blew me off. But oh well. That's life, isn't it? I mean, we can't expect everybody to be perfect. Heck, I'm not perfect. Just ask me. Anyway, see, I'm rambling on and not getting this done. Okay, open course. I have 2 swathers. We want 2 because I want 4 headlands. We'll do headlands first. I'm going to do sharp. And I am not like everybody else. Everybody just leaves it on clockwise. I always go counterclockwise because that's how I do it in real life. So, I always change this to counterclockwise. The only time I don't is when I'm doing, whoops, wrong button. Don't want that up there. The only time I don't do that is if I'm setting it up for combines. I'm going to drop this down about 4%. Up, down is fine. Anyway, like I said, I really appreciate you guys coming in here. I really do. Thanks. I really appreciate this. Generate field course. We'll get some baling done. Close. Escape. And of course, copy course. Keep right. Back you up here just a little bit. Get you on your way. See? I already got a faux pas. Get back here. Stop. Get not hit. What's supposed to go on here? It's supposed to start on first. Gotta love forgetting to start that. Wow. Why the hell did he do that? Oh, I know. Back in here without hitting a bunch of stuff. Alright. First waypoint. Start. Do it right. There we go. Now we're working. Now we're cooking with fire. I can see this is one of them fields that I need to go through and clean up the edges. Alright, now we can go to the next one. Alright, first waypoint. And copy course. Left is fine. Start. Dead about the transmission. So, besides Michigan farm boy, I'm pretty sure farmer. I'm pretty sure he's from Michigan. Oh, I suppose Pink K-Dub's in the way. And most of the time, I'm in an out of cab view. Every now and then, I just have a hard time playing in cab. It's something I'm going to try to do a little more often now that I'm streaming also. Okay, so let's set you off to copy, right, first waypoint, start. Oh, stop. Funny how they can start the swathing when I can't bail, because I forgot to do what? Accept the contract. I need to go to HCM forage plant. Alright, accept contract. Oh boy. So my stream, I get everything going right? As far as all the start and the start button and all the technicals, mics working and all that. Of course, this part of the setting up, I gotta have all messed up. All right, Swampers, how much is the next step? Start the Swamper. Again, accept the contract like a Nimrod. Ah, man. You think I just started to play this game? I just learned how the instructions on how to play. Oh my God. So, you'll find on my channel, there's lots of things to giggle and laugh about because I screw up all the time. So how's everybody doing tonight? Most of you guys come in here from Bonehead's channel, or if you are, I really appreciate you guys coming in here. Danger, really appreciate everybody that subscribed. I got to give a shout out to Bonehead. I think it's Bonehead. Is that Bonehead? I don't want to say something wrong. I probably already have, but anyway, we'll give him a major shout out for helping me out there a little bit and having people come over. Oh, I thank it. I really appreciate you guys. First couple of nights, everything was going pretty good. We're getting some scrubs, and people were kind of dropping in and kind of watching. And then I had that, of course, 2 nights ago, I had my mic muted for, that was probably about an hour. I'll tell you what now. I wanted to hit. I was talking about a slap your forehead moment. And I know everybody does it, so. Alright, first waypoint. Let's start this over. And there we go. Now we're maybe we really are cooking the fire this time. Instead of just cooking with a little bit of coals. Next waypoint. And come over here. Get you back over here where you need to be. And I don't know how many of you guys play with on PC or whatever, but yeah, these swathers did get to me. get put out on console too? Can't remember. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go shut you off quick because you'll get too dang far ahead of the other one. And have a collision. Welcome to the stream, Jake. Thank you for showing up. How you doing, Jake? Hopefully I'll put out some content that you guys enjoy. Like I said, I like to laugh and have fun, even though I'm up front. Well, I'm doing good. Now that I got a few guys in here watching, I'm actually I'm doing really good. I really appreciate you guys coming over. I really do. I hope Bonehead got done with his stream and you guys didn't all just bail on him. I wasn't trying to scalp necessarily you guys from him. If I need help, oh buddy, I'm beyond help. You sure you want to go that far? I might be the lost puppy you didn't know you had if you get by saying that. Anyway, oh, I can always use help. I got a good friend of mine that I've known for 8 years, and she's got a channel and we played games years ago. She played Farm Sim years ago with another place, and then we both were part of the group with us. I would say I've played Farm Sim since FS22 started out with my Xbox 360, and quickly decided that after watching some YouTube stuff and seeing these guys with these nice John Deere tractors, Ford trucks, semis, and well, I can't do this console stuff. I'm sorry, I got to have me those mods. So I quickly changed over to PC, and I haven't looked back. And I've learned how to dabble around a little bit with the XML, so I do a little bit of editing on stuff and little things here or there. All right, so we'll get this guy going right. This guy copied, and you can stay left, and we'll wait for just a minute here. And it won't take you long. Watch Neal. You'll notice that I'm a green guy. I like my John Deeres. I like my K-Dubs. I like my Ford pickups. So. But I also grew up on a ranch, and a lot of the stuff we had were farm-alls and Fords. So I got a soft spot for Fords, and the first farm tractor I ever drove was Versatile, so big four-wheel drives. I got a soft spot for Versatiles. Alrighty, you take off. And what do you think of that pink truck? That loud or what? So, anyhow, I guess now it's time to play and ramble on. Oh, dang it. Come on. Really? You know, usually I'm not this bad for that whole stupid first waypoint thing. I've done that 3 freaking times tonight. And everything else started off on the stream good. I think I can get my course play stuff going right? No. It's gotta be something. Always gotta be something, right? Whether you're streaming or you're just playing the damn game. Alright. Come on. Do it right, will ya? Alright. Doing okay here, hopefully. Yeah, there ain't no sneaking up on anybody in this old girl. I got a couple more too. I got two of these K-dubs like this, and I got action trailers, and then I got two of the blue ones. The only things I did differences is I inverted where the stripe is and where the colors is. So the stripe on the other one is blue, and the fenders are blue, and the main cab is black. So anyway. Can't say I don't support, breast cancer awareness that way, right? That's what this is all about. and yes, even though I said I play realistic, this is another one of them things I don't do realistic, and that is I don't load bales realistic. I use auto-load bale trailer. I can't do it realistic. I play with the controller even. It's not too hard to do motor control. Man, I'll tell you what. I know I need to do. Let's get some of the HUD off. How's that sound? There. Well, I CW, that's probably about how I would say I play realistic-ish. I mean, within reason. Like I said earlier, there's just some things in the game that don't allow you to play as realistic as you'd like. And then there's just other things that, man, it just doesn't seem. Just, like the whole 6 mile an hour for harvest thing. Yeah, I know that's realistic in real life. Matter of fact, that's actually faster than something you harvest in real life. But the way it feels in the game, it feels like you're going like 2 miles an hour. So I edit most of my stuff, so I harvest about 9-10 mile an hour, and it just feels right for the game. No, I don't do that like some of them other guys that think they got to go 40 mile an hour and 250,000 liter grain bins and that kind of stuff. No, I don't go that crazy. Make it, well, it's kind of like you said, realistic-ish. Now, as far as how I play the game, as far as how I do things, how I mow, how I harvest, how I, all that stuff, that's probably what I'm more referring to as the realistic part. It'd be hard pressed to be a real farmer and come on here and do it totally opposite of what you're doing at work. Other than like the whole auto load thing, that's. Hey, Bonehead. Well, thank you for coming in. I really appreciate your support and your shout out you gave me tonight and coming in. Hopefully I can entertain you as well as you entertain me and some of the other guys out there. And you have no idea how much I appreciate you, buddy, right now. I was, yes, Farm Sim love. I really do appreciate it. I've been, like I said, playing this game since 13. Well, you know what? Why not throw a few videos out there and see if maybe we can't get monetized at some point and make a few extra bucks here or there. And I do also plan bins. I'm a real farmer to put some content on here every now and then of me doing real farm stuff. Like here in about 3 weeks, we're going to be hitting the fields pretty hard with. Well, we're hitting the field hard already, but, well, as soon as the goddamn snow decides to quit messing with us. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and throw some content up to that. I farm I work for them and foreman of, and I get to... yeah, you're all right, Plowboy. It is a lot easier to run a loader in real life than it is in this game. It's not half bad with the controller. But I don't know how them guys do it with keyboard and mouse. Oh man, the first time I tried that, I like, oh boy, there ain't no way in heck I'm doing this. Anyway, so I do all the planting, so I will probably have a few videos of putting some of that corn seed in the ground for the real life stuff. But more than anything, I really appreciate you guys being here. So, and I'm trying to do my best not to forget to look at chat and talk to you guys and farm at the same time on this silly game, right? Well, let's flip around here because this one guy's farther behind. Well, we'll go back this way. All I know is I have found that this is the cat's meow for doing hay contracts. It's them Hester swatters, man. If any of you don't have them, you are playing on. Like I said earlier, I think they are set up for consoles. You don't have them mods, man. Download them things. They make haying so much nicer with that. PC Bueller, he incorporated the crimper in there, making it into a tedder like that. It streamlines hay like none other. Oh, and then I've figured out how to do these hay contracts with horseplay, and it works. Let's see what way are they going? Are they going to go up and down? Okay. The only thing you got to remember is you got to get your hay bales out of the way right away so you don't run into them when they're turning around. So, did anybody besides Michigan? I'm pretty sure he's from Michigan. Where's everybody from? I'm from Nebraska. Western Nebraska to be exact. I can see Chimney Rock out my kitchen window. If any of you know what that is. If you remember your history. Here, let's do a little in-cap view. Iowa, Pennsylvania, cool. South Central Pennsylvania. Kind of some smaller farming in that area. Fields are a little bit smaller, not real big equipment going on there. That's the other thing. I like doing big equipment. That's another one of the things you'll see. Course plates, okay, it's easy to do the in-cap thing. I don't know, you do it for real life all day long, don't think nothing about it. But, well, I don't know what about this big equipment with small fields. Okay, well, that's get her done, you ain't gotta mess around that way. Just don't nobody's in your way. But I don't know what it is about the game doing the in-cap view. It just, I have a heck of a time doing it. Just get that feeling here. I know Dirk does it a little more, and I got to give that guy kudos for some of the stuff he does. Okay, let's. Come on, 85-30. Yeah, I suppose there's that. Yeah. But I guess once you get it unfolded like that, you ain't got to worry about turning around so many times, right? That's what I always hate about little field. Turning around all the time. My God. So everybody can hear me fine. My game sounds okay. It's not overpowering or anything. Are we okay there? I was in Discord with my buddy last night who has this server with me, and it was the first time I was in Discord, and I get in there, and of course all the settings for my mic's all different, so I had to mess with that for a half an hour. Get that all situated. Alright, next bigger question. How am I doing so far? Am I keeping you entertained? I don't see anybody leave yet. You ain't shaking your head going, man, this guy don't know what the heck he's doing. Don't tell anybody, but I probably really don't know what I'm doing. Alright, we got one more row. Got to get these ends picked up before the sockets. We're about to have a problem with swathers anyway. Because this John Deere's. And we're doing a server save. Come on, server. Get her pooped out. There we go. Get going. Gotta get to that other end before we get swathers pushing the wheel. Put the hammer down. Yeah, I know. 100 mile an hour in the field is not very realistic. See, all my little fault lines, usually have the haters right a little bit closer behind the swath. Oh, we got a Northwest Iowa and a Pennsylvania. Where's everybody else from? We got, can't be that many people. Try to chat. Where's Bonehead from? He didn't say, did he? He's still in here? Follow the John Deere back. And that'll fill this out. We'll send this guy on his way. Yeah, we're right in the middle of September. We already did our September harvest stuff. Not in right now as far as the server goes. We did some chopping last night for Morris on his farm. Got that done. He wanted to spread some manure tonight. He ain't gonna get on tonight. We'll spread manure tomorrow night. And hopefully get a time advance tomorrow night, get into October so we can get our harvest going. And we'll be busier than a one-legged man rear kicker contest. Oh, and did anybody need to know, this is Huron, Michigan. This is what the Huron, Michigan map we're playing on. Great map for our servers. I think it's big. It's got, if you like big farming, but it's just it's big enough for people to do stuff and grow. And you got Morris's farm up here, my farm's down here, and my cousin's farm, Tyler, his is over here, and we got another guy supposed to be playing, his farm's up here. We get everything going here, and I'll run around and show everybody the farms. bales picked up off the end, so we know for sure that the swathers aren't going to push them around. I need 2 more. Go through and clean up the edges with paint because that's why it's got that wonky edge. For some reason, that is one thing about this map that does kind of feel the edges aren't square, they are right. Ah. 1, 2. All right, here we go. Now we're going HCM. Again, let's check quick. Where are we going with these? HCM forage mixing plant. Back. I'm going to bring up HUD. Not the HUD. And not the animal dealer. Forage mixing plant. That's where it's going. And where you go the way you need to go, buddy. Alright. Cool. And off he goes. Yes, I use auto drive. This map, you have to use auto drive. You have to have course play, even when you're playing with other people. It's just, it'll drive you nuts, otherwise I don't think you'd ever get anything done. Not that auto drive and course play don't make you want to pull out your hair like I see somebody's blocked by an object, so I suppose we got some screw up. See? Stop. Alright. Ah. Man. I better get me a crash counter. See? That's what happened, right? Didn't get my bales all picked up in time because they weren't in sync like normal. There, how's that for a laugh, guys, huh? Oh, you gotta love course play. When it works, it works. Although that really wasn't course play's fault. It was my fault because I didn't get up there and get them bales picked up. But honestly, it does when you get everything going. It works pretty damn smooth for these A contracts. It just works. Yeah, darn. Anyway, not a huge deal. We'll get in here. We'll get him picked up. We'll get them all picked up and we'll get things all squared away. Swing around here. Come on. All you can do is laugh, right? All you can do is just laugh. Welcome to the stream, Aphid. I appreciate you stopping in, even though you can't stay long. That's fine. I appreciate every little bit you can be here. You won't eat my plants. Okay, that's good, Aphid. You stay away from my soybeans. Anyway, but in alfalfa, you can try you can try all you want. I'll let my ladybugs loose. Ladybugs like aphids. So for you organic farmers, I am far from organic. But for your organic farmers, there's a tidbit of information there. You will have is that's how organic you can control aphids in stuff is release ladybugs because they eat the aphids. They suck the blood or aphid juice right out of them. Aphid juice. There, we learned something new today. Better put that in their spray point or I'll have a mess. Alright, buddy. Take off. Get going. See if we can get this smoother for the rest of the stream. I'd like to get my baling done. That way tomorrow I can get that. I can get the manure spread. No, not the ladybugs. Yeah, the ladybugs. I know, I'll have some people tell me that 20 mile an hour swathing isn't realistic. You know what? I will beg to differ. You have a smooth enough road, smooth enough field, and you can stand a ride in it. Today's swathers will swath that fast. Pretty damn fast. We have where I work, we raise about 550. We're actually going to put another 40 acres in, so almost basically 600 acres of alfalfa. And we have oh, you dumb thing, you're not going to work tonight. Anyway, we have a W235 John Deere, and I kid you not, I tried it right after we got it with the new. They updated that guidance on that swather, and I was doing 16 mile an hour swathing in a circle, and I tell you what, I'd never believe it in my life, because I remember being a kid learning how to swath. And I ran a 116 Hydro Swing New Holland swather in the sandhills of Nebraska, swathing prairie hay, and you know that's 3 mile an hour, 3.5 mile an hour on a good day if everything was just right, you know. And I could not believe that 16 mile an hour. I'm like, wow. I mean, but I normally don't swat that fast because our hay fields aren't quite that smooth enough to stand a ride in it. That's the biggest thing with being able to swat that fast. You got to be able to stand a ride in that sucker. Yeah, I'm sure. Part of that whole, you no more than get up to 18 mile an hour and you're probably turning around, right there, plowboy? All right, here we go. Let's get this. Maybe we got all the kinks worked out finally. We're just going to finally just get something. Well, you know, I don't know. I'm sure there's a lot of places that you wouldn't be able to truly swath 18 to 20 mile an hour, right? I just know that with their disc mowers and guidance and the way they set up nowadays, they will knock the hay down in a hurry. That is one thing I'll give a disc mower. You can get a lot of hay knocked down with this one. You know, and even ours, it will swat that fast. But I don't swap that fast, because like I said, our fields aren't smooth enough. I can't stand it right in the day. So I'd probably average 9 mile an hour, so sometimes I'm going 8 mile an hour, sometimes I'm going 12 mile an hour if it's smooth enough, you know. But alright. Let's go through some farm tours quick here. And whoop, here's my buddy. This is my buddy that I have the server with, Morris's farm here. This is my other blue and black K-dub. So you red guys, when we're doing live streams on the server, you won't get left out. He's a red guy. He likes these things. Anyway, takes all kinds. It takes all kinds, Toby. It takes all kinds. Yes, yes. And he's got a Mac. And his grain complex over here. Got a couple more MXs over here. This is what we were going to spread the manure with. Hopefully we'll get that done tomorrow night. And here's his mother bin. Big shed with a couple Brents in it. One of the Traxxons without. And then got him a 340 Magnum. And then here's his Super Duty, and then he's got his I must say that does look pretty nice all lined up like that. His case combines. His shop. And we got, I think this is JJ's 4045 sprayer. And I think he's got a trailer over here, that Universe spreader. And here's one of his KWs. So this is Morris's farm. He laid it out pretty nice, I thought. Yeah, stones. Yeah, we don't have stones too bad out here. I mean, there's some rocky places, but there are gopher mounds, of course. That's probably our biggest thing. So then we'll go over here to my cousin Tyler's place. We'll visit his place. He's just starting out. He's kind of small. I mean, he's kind of a big 9R. Here's his building. He just put this building up, and most all of his equipment's leased. And then he's got a mother bin and a couple odds in. He's got a Brant and a Kinsey, a couple Vermeer back here, and a John Deere speed disc. And here's his house, his grain complex, and his Meridian fertilizer plant, I guess, or what do you want to call it, setup. He's got another KW, and they got a Mac. So he's got a little place going here, not too bad. And they need to make sure. The bad thing about course play is that sometimes it doesn't get the corners. I'll mess with that later. And then we'll go down to my place. Here's my house. I just set this house up a little bit ago. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to turn on houses. Anyway, I just set this up. And this is Elk Mountain's newest house and garage they just released. Nice little, I really like their stuff. They do a really good job on their mods. Really good job on their mods. Anyway, here's my home, my house, back here in the little woods by the creek. And my little interest I made up here. I don't know. Farm build's one of them things that I've watched some of the channels do that. Man, there's some guys out there that do some awesome job with farm builds. And there's times I don't feel like I'm very adequate at it. And then actually, so over here is the farm, with the shop and everything. Morris is the only one that's got animals right now. He's got that dairy barn. I'm thinking I might square this field off from about here down this way, and I'll put me a little feedlot in here, I think is what I'm thinking. Soybeans are looking good. Them ought to be, what, 110 bushel soybeans. So anyway, here's my shop and my fertilizer complex and fuel barrel. And I got the old 9630 in here, getting an oil change. One of my favorite tractors, by the way, is them 930 series. Yeah, there's something about them tractors. I always really liked them, how they looked. Sprayer, nurse trailer, my other pink truck, semi. See, I got matching trailers for them. And these have the triple hopper load distinction, load kings, and then these are the double hopper load kings that go with the blue ones. And my grain bin setups here, and you'll find that I don't do the auger thing. I know it's realistic. I'm glad it's in the game for the people that like to play that, but when you play like I do, I like to play big equipment. Big fields, big equipment. That's me. My John Deere corn heads, sunflower head. I got a couple mother bins here, and I got, see, I'm not always green. There's no stuff here. There's some that's not green. Got me a Versatile 550. And then I got me a 9R with, she's got some big old thighs on her, man. Whew. Man, that's a big old honker. But she pulls that flexi coil like none other. Then I got me a 9620. And then I got 3 of the John Deere 2410s. One of them's set up as a plow, and 2 of them are field cultivators. Hi, DJ. Welcome to the stream. I hope I haven't ignored you for very long. I just wasn't watching chat like I should have been. Degelman roller. And my Anheuser's trailer. And a couple rows of bales from doing corn baling contracts. Got my Brents here. Got 3 of them. 2 big ones, 2 little ones. My Crone baler. I really like this mod, except there's one thing about this mod that it doesn't. If you do the sharp corners, it's got some weird collision thing where it won't want to. It detects bales all the time. It's one that won't back up. Yeah, I got me a 7810 2-wheel drive and a 7930 2-wheel drive. Those were bought on sale. Got me an 8420. And my 16-row corn head, which I'm going to need to pick me up a corn head here. Another 2 corn heads. Got my 790s. They're leased, except for number 1 up here. I did get her paid off after wheat harvest. Got that one paid off. These 2 are leased, and hopefully we'll be able to pay them off. And got a 1775, and then we got me a 9R LSWs on it. And it's leased. This was pretty much leased to run one of the big grain carts. What it's sitting here for more than anything. So we better get to picking up bales. Well, we got enough bales to pick up now. He's back, and let's get to picking up some bales. Yes, DJ. I'm pretty much I pretty much that green color. I'll veer a little bit. I like Ford. I grew up around Fords. We used to have on the ranches. We had a lot of 901 Power Masters, Work Masters. Grew up around Farmalls. International. I used to like International. And this company called Tenneco decided to buy them out because International overextended themselves in the mid-'80s when they were developing that 88 series. And it didn't sell that great. So, oof. Whoa. Wow. About rolled her there. So then it became Case I hate, so I got mad because I hate Case. And I disowned them ever since. which I know is pretty stupid. I don't know. Most all the farms I ever worked for all ran John Deere as far as when I started down the farming part of my life. So I went from ranching to farming. That's just what everybody had, so I guess that's what I'm used to. And I have I don't know. To me, you got to give kudos to John Deere. I mean, man, they're the only company that hasn't been bought out and sold and merged with somebody. They're one of the only original ones that started out that's left. You know, and sure, we got Gleaner, but they've been bought out by Deutz. And let's lock this one up. I don't want to tab into him all the time. Case, you know, Case IH got merged with New Holland. And yep, I know people tell me, oh no, Case bought New Holland out. No, that is not the case. They merged. That is kind of a 50-50 deal. I mean, yeah, they like to say that because it's CNH. Case part is first title. It's not what happened. Alright, let's get over here and get some more bales hauled. When I went to CNH, I don't run no more. yeah, I don't know. It's just like the Ford Dodge Chevy fight or the Kenworth Peterbilt fight, and you know, everybody's got their likes. And thankfully, we live in a world where everybody can buy what they like. You know, I like John Deere. That's just the way it is. And I like personal. That's first big four-wheel drive tractor I drove personal. 1978, 950, 350 horsepower. And back in that day, I was running it, and I started running that 1988, 89 or something. I started running it. Yeah. You know, in late 80s, 350 horse four-wheel drive tractor was something to brag about. Now it's a toy. I mean, other than the big buds. Can't stand New Holland. Well, I'm not a huge New Holland guy. I was the Ford guy at the New Holland part. I really wish that we had some good Ford tractor mods. Some good TWs and some good 30 series. I mean, I know there's some mods out there, but every freaking Ford mod, it drives me nuts because they're all scale too small. Why the hell Giants can't have, okay, this is our scale, everybody make your mods to this scale and be done with it? I don't know. It drives me nuts. That's probably one of the things about mods that drives me nuts, is the whole one thing smaller. I don't. Let's just have one scale and be done with it. That's my complaint about the Ford mods, as far as Ford, true Ford tractors, TWs, and that. But I don't know. From what I understand, New Holland now is just a blue Magnum with different cab, different hood. I used to be pretty up on all that stuff as far as what was what, horsepower ratings. I'm not so much anymore. Oh, really? Well, they sold tractors. I mean, they weren't number one by 80 beans. But I don't know. I ran some Fords I thought were all right. Matter of fact, first dealership, I have a diesel mechanics degree straight out of college. I worked for a Ford New Holland dealership, and that was when the Genesis has come out. 70 series Genesis, them tractors. I'll tell you what, at the time, they could talk the talk, walk the walk. They were torque monsters. They were advertised. The 8970 was advertised for, what was advertised? 210, 215 PTO horse, something like that. And we got one in, and of course we dynoed all of our stuff before we let customers have them, so we broke them in basically. And we had 189.70 out of the factory. We're straight off of the truck, dynoed 247 horsepower, and that's PTO horsepower. So engine horsepower, what is it? It's I used to know this. Like 4% or something like that. Something like that, what PTO is compared to engine horse. Nope. Yeah, that's crazy. You, dumb me, did not get that changed. Forage mixing plant, you need to go there now. Yeah, I suppose they were. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't. And again, I was younger back then, so these seats were what to us back then? As far as that goes, I go for poisons last year with the 44 or 40-40, right? And yeah, I remember when the 40-40s and all that came out, and they had that hydraulic suspension seat. And man, we thought we were uptown when we had those hydraulic suspension seats. I mean, we thought that was the cat's meow. And I ran that thing for a day, and I about felt like I was a crippled poor old bastard when I got out of that tractor that day. After, I'm normally in the 8370R, nice air suspension seat, ILS suspension front end on it, suspension cap, and all that other stuff. Yes, back then, none of the seats were actually all that great. Especially, like the very first tractor I built hay with. That's a farm all hay. So, remember what those seats were like? A steel seat with a little dinky thin cushion on it and a big old spring, if you were lucky. Most of them didn't even have cushions like that. I see we've lost a few people, but we've still got some people in here. Thanks for everybody who stopped in, watching the stream. Thanks for the guys that are still sticking around. You can spend all day on all the kinds of pan seats. Well, in some senses, some of them old pan seats weren't that uncomfortable. I had a rigged hay with a dump. And I had a Super C that I raked hay with, and it had that, it had a great big old pan seat on, like we talked about, and it had this big old spring. I mean, it was probably 2.5 foot long. Big old coil spring on it, and that thing just kind of like glide over the bumps. It wasn't too bad. It's probably one of the most comfortable tractors we had out on the hayfield where I was working at that time. Yeah, them old girls did a lot of work. They have Super C's and C's and H's and Super H's and M's and MTDs and MTAs. The farm hauls weren't a bad tractor. There was nothing wrong with them. Matter of fact, back then they were probably a better tractor than the John Deeres. Two lung pop all day long. Back in the 60s and 50s, even some of the 70s, I like some of that old iron. Everybody kind of had their own little niche, Minneapolis had decent tractors. They were big old heavy brutes. Olivers were the same way, big old heavy brutes. And Alice's, they weren't nothing thin. Could always see an Alice working in the field for 4 miles away, especially the 70 series, 70, 80s. Man, them things bellered black smoke like none other. You could see them for miles away. Oh, everything's worth more now. You know what? It's just like a 4020. What it cost new, what, $7,500 or something like that. I don't know when it was brand new. You know, and you go to an auction now and you find a 4020 or 3020 that's in good shape, and if it's got a loader on it, all the acreage guys. I mean, some of the acreage guys are starting to graduate up to the 30 series, and some of the 40 series, but yeah, about $9,500. Well, now $9,500, you can't get a decent used 4020 for that at all. You know, we're talking like 19, 29, 30. You know, because they're all collectible. Everybody wants them for collectors things. And we got a farm I work for. We got a 3020 and a 4020, and they're pretty much our chore tractors. 4020's got a, I wish it had a John Deere loader on it, but it's got a farmhand black stripe. Ugh, I hate that loader. It's a piece of junk. Then we got a 3020 and 3020 that we ditch with it, lay gut with it, and bush hog, it's a little 6-foot bush hog in places we can't go to the bigger one. Just, you know, it's a chore tractor. But heck, even, you know, some of John Deere, you know, 4030s and 4040s, they were all turning into chore tractors too. We got a 4040 and we got a 4455 front with assist. It's yep, they were good tractors. They were just there, you know. M4020, that new generation for John Deere, man, that made a hell of a difference for them. You know, they were good tractors. And I'm not a power shift fan until they get into the 50 series. 8-speed power shifts they had were Jesus. You could never find the right gear for what you needed to do. Alrighty, so my one truck. Why in the hell there? So, now, come on. Why does it do this every now and then? Oh, I suppose we got nails strung from here to every damn place else. Get in the truck. So, how big of a damn mess do we got? Strung around all around over there. Oh, come on. Always something. Can't just everything just go smooth sometimes. Oh no, it's farm sim. There's no such thing. And then of course you play as mods, and so that just really you don't like how smooth farm sim plays. Let's throw some mods in there and see how fun it is. Then I'll guarantee you will have fun, because play as mods, ever, very seldom do you have a full day when everything just works. Most people play as mods. If you're like me, you don't play just one or two mods, you play 500. We got 8 30 10 utilities, 2 30 20 utilities, or 4,000 and a 75 20. Yes, you sure do. 8 30 10s utilities. So the utility would be the lower. Don't have a wide axle. Am I correct here? So you can't. You don't have the adjustable axle on it for row crop. And a 4,000. That's one thing that I did notice about. How damn hell aren't you going? There. Yeah, just lower. You work in an orchard, Dan, or just talking about doing apple trees, or that, I've never been around an orchard. That's a whole new setup of farming for this kid. So, how there, damn it. Oh, I suppose that thing's got to be running in order for freaking stupid thing to work, don't it? No, don't. Orchard in Hills, okay. Cool. I've never been around many orchards, they're said. Johnny Appleseed did not know where Nebraska was. We're not known for. Yes, we're known for Arbor Day. Why? I have no idea. Because we really have that many trees in the state of Nebraska. Because we don't. So, no wonder where all the rest of my square bales ended up being scattered out at. Jeez. Gotta love it when they do that. And I don't understand why it does that once in a while. Yeah, orchard is a whole different thing for me. I wonder if I can sell this for you. Yes, I play with the Lumberjack mod because it is a lifesaver. So, where do you suppose the rest of my bales are strung out at? More than half of them are here. Come on. Somewhere along the line, somebody lost a silage bale. Well, I guess. Dumped. Send him back. There's always something funny going on, I swear. Alright. Guess we'll send you back. Come on. Set auto load operating position. Alright, worker. Wonder why that did that. Anyway. So, how many bales do we got to deliver for this contract? Let's check that out. Anybody like to take a guess how many bales we get off this field? I'm going to guess 600. That's my guess. About 600 bales. Details on. 47%. Okay. Well, we have anybody new? Yes, this is a 16x map. This is the Huron, Michigan 16x map. We'll give you the PDA here. This is the Huron, Michigan. It's been out a while, but it's a good map. It's a really good map for servers because it's not a real big, not a huge file size. And you know, like I got my farm here, Morris's farm's up here, Tyler's farm's here. We're gonna have a farm here, and there's plenty of room to grow as far as buying fields. Plenty of contracts to do, so you can start out as a small farmer and make money and buy equipment and buy ground as you get, you know, make money. It's a good server map. I really enjoy it. I even play it on single player some with, of course, course play. There ain't no way you can play it. And then, you know, this big field right here, I did do the contract on it. I had wheat in that field, and it's how many acres is that? 640 acres, 632 acres. So I had 5 combines and 4 grain carts, and I was running it all on course play and auto drive, and I was just babysitting it, making sure we didn't have any crashes and stuff. But I'm the purple guy, so I got this ground. This is my main ground, and you know, over in here. But like most real farmers, you don't always have ground right next to where your place is at. So I got some stuff scattered out. Morris's ground, he's a pink guy. Tyler's the green guy, and Grim's he's the yellow guy. And if you don't, he's been having internet issues and some computer issues. So he got in here, got his ground bought. We ain't been able to play since then. So he's been having a hard time getting caught up with us. So, and my single player is Evergreen map, and it's actually a fairly new release. JJ from Northwest Mods and Edits. It's a Canadian map, I think. Oh, I need to look. I think it's a standard size map, even though it's got big fields. So I can do my style of playing and still not feel too overwhelmed. I got another video that's going to come out tomorrow, I think. It's going to come out. I need to finish setting up the farm, and we just got started on plowing up the oat field because it had everything's pre-planted in oats, and I'm not going to have 4 fields of oats. So we're plowing up 1 field of oats and probably plant wheat in next spring. My single player game. And I've been kind of kicking around the idea of getting maybe another smaller map, like I'm not sure what map it is. There hasn't been a map come out in 22 yet that just really grabbed my attention. This Huron's probably one of the best ones. Kind of kicking around the idea of doing another series of some a little bit older iron, not necessarily kind of, you know, not that I want to be copying Farm Sim guys decades thing he's doing. That's pretty cool, but I'm thinking like an 80s, starting the 80s thing, and some old sound guard John Deere's, and some 450 series, and you know, 9600 combines, 12 row equipment. I don't know. I haven't 100% made a decision on that, but that might be coming down the pipeline for another save game playthrough type thing. I don't know if anybody would be interested in watching that or not. And then, of course, I'm always going to do live streams on the server here with Morris, Tyler, and I. As of now, we don't really have any plans of getting rid of this map and changing it up. We might someday. I got a single player game I've been playing on Red River Morris Canada map. I like that map too. That's a nice map, and it's got added fruits too. And I'm not gonna do UMRV. DJ Monty did an awesome job on that map. I gotta give him kudos. Probably one of the best converted maps that's been to come out as far as converted maps. He knocked it out of the ballpark with that map, but everybody's playing it, so I'm not going to play it as far as streaming it on my channel. So it's not the maps issue, it's just, it's already oversaturated. And if they aren't playing that map, then they're playing the Saskatchewan. That's another cool map, I think. So I'm not going to play that map either, because it's just what I'd really like to see is I'd like to see a proper Nebraska map, and Green Valley is not a proper Nebraska map. That map really kind of pissed me off, because I live about 85 miles from Rushville and Hay Springs that map is supposedly somewhat loosely, and I mean very loosely based on. There ain't a damn bit a part of that map that reflects any of that actual area. Not one. Now, as far as the playability of the map and the unique things that map got done to it, it's great. But I'd like to see a Nebraska map that's got a western Nebraska map, where we got the added fruits. Where I live here around Scottsbluff, Nebraska, we specialize in edible beans, like North Dakota does. So we have, and on the farm I work on, we raise a lot of. Check that out. Come on. Oh boy. Anyway. Yeah. I play realistic, all right. Anyhow, getting back to what I'd like to see, and that's one of them where I can go into a map and do little edits here and there, but I don't know a dang thing about building a map. I mean, don't get me wrong about the guy that made the Green Valley map. It's a good map for what it is. It's just, it's not realistic to that area at all. Which, like I said, you don't know if claim it was. Anyway, I would like to see a Nebraska map where we have, pivots, circles, because in Nebraska, I don't know how many people know this or not, but 4 of the 5 or 6, 4 or 5 or whatever, of all the major pivot brands that are sold were invented and are sold in the state of Nebraska. I mean, Westby's a good map, Plowboy. I played Westby a little bit with Kadurk a little, because I was on his server for a while. For me it got old quick, because I like like I said, I like the bigger fields, but I'm not used to contour farming, so it kind of drove me bananas a little. But it's a good map, great map. Yeah, I'd like to see green beans in the map. I'd like to give some of them southern guys a little love too. I'd like to see some more peanut stuff. I know that there's a guy, Southern Modding or whatever, he's been doing some peanut stuff, but as far as I know, none of it's been released. I would like to see some peanut stuff. But anyway, back to the Nebraska thing. I'd like to see the added crops of the edible beans, pinto beans, northern beans, navy beans, that kind of stuff, because and we're specialized here where a lot of northern beans, or Great Northerns, are grown here. The Great Northern is the white bean that you make ham and bean soup with. I think that we supply, at one time, they had said that Nebraska grew 90% of all of the world's supply of northern beans. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. That's something that I remember reading somewhere. Now, pintos, we raise a lot of pintos, but the majority of pintos are raised in North Dakota. And of course, we're going to catch the, Jesus, come on. Can't anything go right tonight? But more than anything with the Nebraska map is the pivots thing. I know we got some guys that have been dabbling in the pivot for mod, but you know, let's get serious and make them so they're right. And there again, Giants, let's get serious and add weather to the god darn game so it actually does something to our. So weather affects the game. That's something I've been saying since 15. Why don't we got weather in the game, make it so it actually does something for the game. You know? Because there's plenty of times Mother Nature screws up what you're going to get. You know, and if you play the game exactly the same all the time, I don't like the whole how you get the exact same yield over and over and over and over. There needs to be a variable there. You know, even in precision farming. Anyway, getting off on a whole different tangent here. But I'd like to see it a good Nebraska map that's got pivots, you know, and I don't mean 30 acre stupid little things here and there. I mean, our smallest field that we have on my farm that I farm for, that I work on, we farm, what do we have? Yeah, like 3,200 acres and 2,800, 2,900 of that, something like that's farmable. Because you have, yeah, all of that. I agree, Plowboy. Yeah, you know, and the weather thing wouldn't be hard for them to do. And nor would it be hard for them to implement a variable yield every year for how you farm. I mean, it's not hard. As a matter of fact, in FS19, if you played with the real life numbers mod, he had a variable in there. And I liked it. You know, one year you'd do everything like you were supposed to, and you'd get 320 bushels the acre for your corn. And the next year you'd do everything like you're supposed to, and you'd get 280. I mean, you know, and that's how it is in real life. You don't always get exactly the same, same thing. And if there's a farmer out there that tells me that he does, I'll look at him and tell him he's a bold-faced liar. There's no such thing as getting the same exact yield every year. The weather, you can't. The weather changes. One year it's cold in the spring, so you don't get your corn in quite as soon as it should be, or you get it in, but it's cold, so it kind of sits there and doesn't sprout right away. I mean, there's so many variables in farming, you know. And then you got the years where, hell, you had a perfect spring and everything went in like it was, and July 5th rolls around, and you get baseball-sized hail and takes out half your damn corn crop. The switching mod. What mod are you talking about, Plowboy? Switching mod. Oh, swathing mod. What about it now? They did it. Oh, it changes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the swathing add-on mod, excuse me, adds 20% bushel increase or whatever. Right. But that's still not a variable in how yields are set up in the map, is what I'm getting at. I mean, you know, there should be a variable. But yeah, I mean, you know, that, I mean, yeah, and that's something I added them to this map. We're gonna, I mean, canola is over already. We already harvested canola. That was harvested in July on this map, which I don't see why. But anyway, well, yeah, I know it can be. I mean, because like in 19, the realistic numbers mod, he had an algorithm in there that showed. And I looked at the mod, and that mod was a pretty complex mod. It was all a Lua script mod instead of an XML mod. But he had a deal in there where it showed a variable rate, and when you did calculated your yield for the field, it would throw it in there, and it would pick a number between 1 and 100. It was by tenths, and that's what it would multiply the yield by. So it wasn't always the same multiplication in the yield. And when he there's real life numbers mod, he got converted for 22, but he took that out. It's not in the 22 version. But either way, in my opinion, that's something that ought to be base game. I just like the weather thing, insects. There's a lot of stuff that they can do to make this game way better than it is. And I know I go off on my little tangents every now and then. My farm sim rants, I call them, and in the end, they gotta make it so it's fun and playable to the people that, and I don't want to step on anybody if they're in here because they're constant. You know, they're really catered kind of to the console player when it comes to that part of it, because they want it to, I don't know, for lack of better terms, a little more arcade-ish, yeah, I don't know what you say. I don't know if that's for sure how you would say it. So you got to have a certain amount of realism, but you also got to have a certain amount of playability and fun so it sells. I get it. But there are some things that they can do a little bit. But that's just my humble opinion. Am I right? Am I wrong? No. That's just how I feel about it. One of my biggest beefs about the game is I like the precision farming thing that they've come out with. I actually really like it. As a matter of fact, I won't play without it, but where's our big update to the precision farming that we were supposed to get for 22? They converted it. They added some of the things they added to precision farming, in my opinion, took away from precision farming, like that stupid environmental score. I absolutely hate that thing. I don't like the penalty that you now get for plowing, per se, quote unquote plowing. So I'm sorry, but this whole disking thing and somewhat deep tillage sometimes has to be done. It's just the way it is. Whether you strip till, no-till is a whole different thing. Part of them guys are, you know, they're planting different cover crops that help with the whole breakup compactions and that kind of stuff. So, for as much as plowing can take away from, and I'm referring to real plowing, moldboard plowing, can take away from yield averages, and of course promotes blowing and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I ain't saying it. Anyway, getting back to what I'm getting at here is having a negative modifier for plowing is a bunch of BS. I do not like that they incorporated that into precision farming. That should not be a thing. Fieldstones are annoying as all get out, and I get it. There are some parts of the world that stones are a major issue. But one of the things I have got a major beef and rant about is the whole line thing. I absolutely they incorporated the lime thing and added it, so it's like fertilizer drives me bananas. Just bananas. Because the farm I work for, I've worked there now 12 years. This will be the 12th year. And we have never, ever spread lime. All I mean, yes, once you play the precision thing, you know, lime does the correct thing. It changes the pH of the soil, which is very important. Very important. So I'm not going to discredit the fact that it can't be part of the game, but don't treat it like, oh, I got to put lime on my field every third year, and to the degree that they do. I mean, I just don't like it. In my opinion, what they should do there is, instead of having lime, why don't we split the fertilizer up so we have a nitrogen application and a phosphorus application? You know, that would make more sense than a lime thing. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, any of the guys that are watching me or in chat, if you are real farmers, how often have you limed? 6 to 8 years, okay. And I think in my neck of the woods we get away with the lime thing probably because of running ditch water and pivots. It has something to do with the keeping the pH balance in check because of our alkaline water, maybe. I don't know. But I just know that, you know, we soil sample it, and we have some fields that we have some pH problem with, but it's the other way. We need to bring it down. We need they're too alkaline. Is that right? And so, anyway, oh, okay, I see. Yeah, okay. Clay and shale yeah, okay. And part of that problem is it doesn't retain. You're trying to break it down so it's a better soil. And it doesn't retain the nutrients as well either. But even then, 6 to 8 years, not every third year. You know, I just go, and part of my rant, is just what I go off of by my own experience, by my area. That's why I'm asking about other areas. You know, maybe lime is more of a bigger deal. Maybe it's a bigger deal in Europe. I don't know. I just know that here, where I live, where I was taught how to farm, the way we farm here, lime is not that big of a deal. Just to me, it would make more sense to me in the game that if they would have made, you know, they're going to hit it again. Oh, come the hell on. You know, phosphorus and boron and potash and potassium. You know, phosphorus for one. That's your other big one with nitrogen that you got to have. It would make more sense to me to have that a bigger issue, a bigger part of the game than lime. Well, you probably have to kind of plow, don't you? Because I mean, with clay and shale, you know, it compacts easy, so you have a compaction problem you got to worry about. You know, and I need to watch it, but somebody was telling me that a year ago that is it Myron? Is that his first name? Calmer, the guy that makes the Calmer corn head stuff. The Calmer corn heads and the snapping rolls and that stuff. I might be wrong. For some reason, I was thinking his name was Mary. But anyway, he did a test plot and he plowed some ground because they were discovering some compaction issues that they weren't thinking about. And they ended up having like a 5 bushel increase or something. Now, I'm not saying we need to go back to mobile impounding. I just think that people need to remember that compaction's an issue. And you know, you have vertical compaction, you have horizontal compaction. So, to be perfectly honest with you, to me, one of the best farming practices we have right now is strip tillage. And I wish our farm would go to strip till. It just makes sense to me. You only till that little bit of an area, you put your fertilizer in that little, you know, that 15-inch strip where you're going to plant. It just makes sense. You got the old, you know, if you're doing it in corn ground, you got the old corn stalk standing there so it can help catch moisture throughout the year, all the kinds of, it just, to me, it makes sense to strip till. Yeah. Well, I know that no-till, we dabbled with no-till a little bit, and welcome to the chat, the live stream. I'm not sure who just showed up. I just seen my viewers go from 5 to 6. Maybe someday I can be able to look at that and go from 300 to 350 someday. I sure hope. But anyway, welcome to the stream. We're doing a baling contract on here, and I've been kind of BSing with Plowboy here and rambling on about ons and ends things, and maybe a little rant here and there, but glad you showed up, and hopefully we can entertain you a little bit here. We're playing on can't talk, folks. Playing on my server that I have with a friend of mine. He's not on tonight. He's getting in late from work, so he's not on. He should be on tomorrow. But we're doing a little haying contract. This is a Huron, Michigan map, 16X map. But anyway, glad you popped in and decided to watch my stream for a little bit. And it looks like we've got a truck back, so I can pick up some bales. But yeah, we didn't have very good luck with no-till that we did. And I think it was a compaction issue with ours. Jimmyster, is that how am I supposed to say that? Jimmyster, welcome to the stream. But yeah, I think that was our problem with our no-tills. We have a compaction problem in places, and if you don't do the cover crop thing with no-till and some of that other stuff, you don't have no way to break your compaction. If you have a compaction problem, there ain't nowhere for them roots to go very deep to get better nutrients, to get better moisture. So that's probably why we didn't have very good luck with no-till. You're brand new. Well, welcome to my stream. Brand new or old, I'm glad you're here. Thanks for showing up. I really appreciate your support. Hopefully I can put out some content that you like, and we can have some fun and run around here and act like we know what we're doing when it comes to farming. What? The best we can with farm sim anyway. Tonight, I got my stream started off really good. Didn't have any hiccups as far as getting my stream started off like I've had a couple of nights here. And so tonight's hiccups were game hiccups. Not starting, of course, play off right, having a mess, not getting some bales picked up, so you missed out on the whole pile up. The old blue tractor over there, it was sitting on a pile of bales stuck. So anyway, so now I'm just out here driving around in circles getting these bales picked up so I can get them hauled off. And I do try to play it fairly realistic. I really honestly do. There's just some things, like I've said earlier, I'm sorry, I cannot do realistic, like pick up these bales. There's no way in heck I'm going to come out here, loader, tractor, and drive this truck to one group of bales and load 600 of these in the game. So I use auto load bales. It just makes makes the game life so much easier. And I'll give kudos to the guys that play this game, and they have videos, and they do it all with loaders by hand like that. Do a good job. I'll give them kudos, 'cause I'd be pulling my hair out. Well, that's good. You know, and if you got a channel and you want to drop a link in the channel, go right ahead. I'm all about. I'm a dinky guy, just getting started out myself, but I'll do what I can to be a farm sim supporter and show some farm sim love. I got some guys in here tonight because I stopped in and I didn't. I think I looked at Bonehead's. I think I've watched him once before. Didn't really think much about it, you know, and I was kind of having some channels on this channel of my YouTube, because I have my regular YouTube that I watch channels on. So I run across him again, and he was live streaming, and I'm gonna go over there and visit with him because I know I'd watched him. So anyway, some of the guys from his live stream and some of the guys that he's got a little bit of community with and friends with, he give me kind of a shout out, and there again, Bonehead, I really appreciate it. So like I said, I'm going to do my best to do the same. Anybody that comes in here and they're starting out, you can throw a link up of your YouTube and I'll come subscribe to you and do my best to support you if you're going to support me. So, well, if you do, then throw her up there, and some of the guys that are in here, go show some farm sim love to Jimmyster. You know, it's a community, and the better we can do at helping each other out as a community, the better off it is. You know, that's kind of how I think about it. And so you throw your link up there. Afterwards, or even in a little lull here, I'll click on you and I'll come join your channel and try to do my best to support you. Give you the same love that I've gotten tonight. And so far, I've had some people staying in here. Plowboys stayed in here, so I must be doing okay. It must be somewhat entertaining. I don't know if I am or not. And don't tell me that I've made mixed faces. Oh. Okay, I know. Oh. Well, I know what we got going on now. The contract is filled. But there's all the contracts that have been going to this place, so okay. Come on. Stop. We gotta start following you guys somewhere else. I'm sure the contract's filled. So anyway, evidently I've been somewhat entertaining, and some people have actually stayed so far for quite a bit of my stream. Which, again, thank you guys. I really appreciate the support. Down here. Here we go. Contract. So, look at that. My delivery progress is done, but my field progress isn't. How often does that happen? And I do like that how they added this to the details on here. Right? That's very helpful on the extended contracts mod, or better contracts mod. That's what it is. So anyway, we'll click out of here, and I need to go. Where's my best prices to get rid of this hay? Probably clear on the other end of the map. Probably the animal place, I think. Hay. 4205 Johnson's Market. Yuck. Okay. You'll find out here in a little bit why I say yuck to Johnson's Farmers Market. That is one thing that I must say about some of the future map makers, if anybody ever gets on here and watches me. When you make sell points, do your best to make it so that it ain't a pain in the ass to use auto drive. There's some of these sell points that some of these map makers make, and it's like, how did you even think about how to get into that? Even if you weren't using auto drive, you're trying to drive it yourself. And oh, Jesus Christ. Come on, stupid. Don't be taking that, stupid. You need to take the other one, not that one. See, there's another. He took this one instead of taking this one. Now, will you take the right one? You're going to sideswipe the stupid legs again. Jesus Christ. We'll get him out of here yet. This is what I'm talking about. Probably one of my only complaints about this map is that some of these sell points are really tight. You're driving around in them with a semi. They don't always work the greatest. Well, thanks for stopping by, Plowboy. I've enjoyed chatting with you, and you know, I thank you. That's all I gotta say is I really appreciate your support. And I'm glad you've enjoyed yourself and you have yourself a good sleep. And hopefully we'll see you again. And of course, you're gonna go to the wrong one. No, don't go in there. Go to the other one. Out here, this one. There. Get the hell out of here, please. Jeez. Well, we got the swathing about done. Quite a bit of baling left to do. Oh, time is 10:30. Oh, not quite 10:30 my time. Almost a 2-hour stream. I don't know whether we'll get this baling contract done tonight or not. Might have if I wouldn't have screwed up when I started out. So, Jimster, Jimster. I probably butchered your name. I'm sorry if I am. I don't mean to. Where are you from? You know, and the other 4 guys that are in the stream, or other 3 guys, you guys can all chat too. I won't bite your heads off. I enjoy visiting with the people that come in and share my points of view. Maybe that's not such a good thing. Sometimes some people probably don't like my points of view. Well, I'd like to get this haying contract done. We're about half on the bales. Well, we're going to have quite a few bales to sell. I'm going to be in the bank on this one. Be able to pay off another one of them green machines. Not supposed to go here. You're supposed to go. I guess let's send you down there the full load. Michigan. Oh, okay. What parts of Michigan? Middle, southern, northern? Did you how did you luck out on this last snowstorm? Did you get lucky on it? Because I know here, I live in western Nebraska around Scotts Bluff, and we were right on the edge of it. We only had a skiff of snow here where I live, and where I work we had about 2 inches. But where my ex-wife and my daughter lives, they live about 86 miles to the northeast of me, on the northwestern, northwest of me, up by the South Dakota, Wyoming part of Nebraska. And they got hammered. They got 2 foot of frickin' snow up there. They got drifts up there that were 6 foot deep, and they got hammered. And from what I heard, they're supposed to be. And I don't know. I've never heard what the total was, but I know forecast that there were supposed to be some spots in South Dakota that were supposed to be going to get like 3 feet out of this last snowstorm. When we had Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. How you guys doing for snow? I know I watched Larson's in Millennial Farmer, and it looks like they got they got all kinds of snow still. Got to get that stuff melting. Northern part of it, so get that stuff melted so they can start getting some field work and get some stuff planted. I know I wasn't happy about our little snow this week either. It's like, come on, it's springtime. We need to. We didn't do any field work, didn't spread any fertilizer, and do any discing any fertilizer in because we didn't want to, get it wet. We didn't want to ruin it. So we need to start getting that done. April 24th is our start date on planting corn usually, so that's what we shoot for. That's why in the goddamn hell are you here? Didn't fucking change the stupid thing. Oh. Johnson's. I thought I changed it. There. Ah. Son of a. See, it's stuff like that that really makes it hard for me not to do my foul mouth thing that I had problem that I had, but I wish I didn't have. Oh, yes. So you got a lot of snow up there then, Jimmy? Jimmyster? You got a nickname I can call you? Because can I call you Jimmy? I don't want to make you mad. See up there where they do that fancy ice fishing? I hate ice fishing. Then again, I've never got to go ice fishing. We had a nice ice shanty and a hut to sit in. I remember going ice fishing when I was a kid, going out there. And, I was born in '74, so I'm 48, going to be 49 this year. We didn't have all that fancy stuff, just enough to keep you warm. You go out there, and of course you're a kid, so you're playing in the snow and the ice. And you go ice fishing. Man, I freeze my butt. I hate ice fishing. Now, regular fishing, I love fishing. I haven't got to do it much. Farming kind of screws you on your extracurricular activities sometimes. Now, maybe we can get this load where it needs to go. Alright. Good night, kiddo. Love you too. Bed early, huh? Tired? Where's your phone? Alright. Just call you Jay. Okay, I'll call you Jay. That'll, that'll be easy. I can't screw up Jay, right? But if I screw up Jay, man, boy, I better quit drinking or whatever. My problem is. Anyhow, you have no snow, huh? What, kiddo? Oh, is it still locked? You... Well, then how the hell can I use your phone and frickin' cheat me frickin' watch time hours? Yeah, right. When in the hell are you here when you're not watching your stupid phone? You're a kid that has a phone. You live on the thing between it. Anyhow, go to bed. Love you. No snow up there, huh? Well, we don't have any snow right now. We got lucky. I know there's places not very far from here that's got lots. Good night, kiddo. My daughter's going to bed. Stop. So see, this is what I was referring to about map makers and how they think out these sell points, because they think it's cool, but obviously they don't ever get in a truck and drive around their own damn map once in a while and see how convenient it is. Because sometimes it's not convenient at all. And this is one of them that's not very convenient. Coming into it's fine, but the way you got to leave, it's kind of a pain in the butt. Come on. Back up. All right, game save. Hurry up. Okay, well, I can, you know, if your link doesn't work, I'll just put you in a search or whatever, and after I get that straight, I'll search you up that way and join your channel. You know, you can put your link in and try, you know, and we'll go from there. Oh! And the other thing they got to do is they need to make these sell points for like bales like this, so they're a little longer, so you can do the whole truckload at one time. All right, there we go. Well, if it'll work, it'll work. If it won't, it won't. Go ahead and put up what you think you need to put up, and that way the people that are in here and whoever comes later might read chat while they're watching it. They can just click on your link. Like I said, I'll do my best to help everybody out too, even if you guys are established. Got a lot of viewers. It never hurts to have another subscriber. Why the hell are you making the loop again, dumbass? You're fucking empty. You're supposed to go to field 55. Part of what makes this parking lot pain in the butt is them stupid. They put these sharpening carts out here, right, to make this look realistic. Then they put a damn collision on it, so you can't drive around. So here comes the selling bales. This this sell point just about drives you bananas because you just gotta barely weasel your way through here, and you can't use auto drive for this part of it. You gotta manually because it'll screw up every time. Now, will you go to field 55? Oh, I see what he's doing. Well, guess what? We're gonna fix that problem right now. I know that wasn't realistic, but I'm not gonna mess with it. Yeah, okay, now back to what I was doing. Can we get this? Get this hay sold? Come on, straighten out, will you? We might get her done yet, guys. We might get her done. Oh, man, I tell you. Oy, ay, ay. All right. Here we go. Finally, get him out of here. What I need to do is I need to buy a bale storage shed. Put a bunch of damn bales. Ah, check that out. And the swathers are done. Oh, okay. Well, it didn't show up. Wonder why your link didn't show up. Huh. I'm not sure why it didn't show up, Jay. I might have some setting that isn't allowing to you put links in. I'll have to look. I'm sorry. I'll have to look. Yeah, it's another thing. I need to get enough followers, enough people that are going to be come watch me enough that I can actually get me a moderator or two after I've had some people around long enough. I know I can trust them. And this is probably going to be the last haying contract for the year, so I think these swathers are going to get sent home. Because I've done enough haying contracts this year to this, and even bring me down to Neals Farms, shop. Shop. Oh, yeah, crazy swathers. They turn fast enough that sometimes they get real goofy on auto drive because they get to whipping around a corner. Come on, pick off. There you go. You guys can go back to the shop. Yeah, probably, and I said I need to get, when I get more people, all messages, and when I get more people, I'll have a moderator, and I'll have, maybe right now I'll have to check that. Not one of them things I'll have to have someone go over with me, make sure I got some setting set up so I know that you can set that up so people can't put their link or spam. But anyway, what I'll do is when I get done with the chat, I'll get done with the stream tonight. I'll search you up and I'll make sure I subscribe to your channel, and then I'll get that link thing solved so we can get other people to come to your channel too. I sure don't want to miss out on the opportunity to help somebody else out that's going to help me out. Now, we got about 2 hours on the stream now. I don't know. See, I still got 5 people in here watching. 4 people. Interested in watching me finish doing this baling contract, or shall we call it quits for the night and I'll finish this offline? So there's the poll. Are you waiting to see how many bales we got? Well, we might do that too. I guess I did ask everybody to put a guess out what they thought we were going to have for bales on this in this field. My guess is I was going to guess about 600 to 700 bales was going to guess. What my guess was on this. You got a guess, Jay, on what you think, how many bales are going to be here? I reset the bale counters on the balers before we started. So. Alright, Jay. Well, thanks for joining me, and like I said, as soon as I get done streaming, I'll look your channel up and come subscribe to you and support you too. Thanks for dropping by, and you have a good night. Well, the other guys that are in here, according to the message thing, you know, it says I got 5, and one of them's me, because I'm in here using my phone to follow my chat. So that means 4. And if Jay's leaving, that means there's 3 of you. I mean, feel free to chatter up a little. I don't think I'm that bad. Why that course that's showing finished work, because there shouldn't be 2 things that shows finished work on course play. Oh, I know. No, that's me. Alright, so we got 1. Tyler needs to go finish his corners. So what the hell is this other course play that's finished work? There isn't any other course play out there except for this. Oh, that's that's where the finished work was showing. This guy was done. Got done. Oh, he's still shooting crap out the spout. Go back to Morris's shop. Over here. Alrighty. Now I can get that finished job thing off there. Driving, making me wonder what the hell. Going, what? Shouldn't be there. Anyway. So really? Oh, losing guys left and right now. Got one other guy in here. Well, I'm close enough to finishing this baling contract. I'm probably going to finish it whether I can do it while on live stream. I'll probably live stream in 15 minutes. We'll probably go from there. So 11 o'clock. Well, whoever's left in the chat, I hope you're having a good evening. Thanks for being here and watching the show. Watching me run into stuff, do stupid stuff, listen to me rant and rhyme, ramble on about nothing. A few things that I didn't want to learn about my channel, you know, how to do to add music in the background type of thing, where it's decent music. One of the things about YouTube, I wish they'd allow you to have regular music instead of copyright strikes crap you gotta worry about. If that's the case, I could actually listen to music in the game, you know, because I added some classic rock stations to the channels, in-game channels, classic country. Out here driving back and forth and around in circles, looking like weirdos, don't know what the hell we're doing. This hay picked up. Well, server save. A little pause for server save. Yay! I know silence is the worst thing, but what do you say? I don't know. Start singing like I'm singing in the shower. No, you don't want that. That makes a dog howl. Yes, I'll be glad to get this done. I'm about to doing hay. I've been doing hay off and on all since May on this map. It's doing the start and spring mod, and for some reason on this map we put that start and spring mod on and we started the server December now. It's taking us forever to get to harvest. But anyway, made all season on the plant, everything in grass. So we had all kinds of hay contracts there at the beginning. We had to go through and force plant some of the other fields. They're different crops. Otherwise, we'd have never got to do anything else for contracts. We're about to drive us bananas. So that's why when you look at my balers, I think the Krone baler's got like 2,000 bales on it, and the one John Deere baler's got 2,000, and then I just picked up that other John Deere baler, so it doesn't have quite as many. Oh, you stupid. So you're really stupid and not do the thing. Oh, God damn it. Darn it. I hate it when it does this shit. I'll scoot out to the side if it's supposed to. guess we just use the lumberjack mod. Come on. Like you're supposed to, or am I gonna fight you too? This one's gonna work, right? What the hell? Why that other one? Yeah, well, I guess that's just how the game is. Alright, another load down. Away we go. Round robin. Pound it down, load up the truck. See what I mean? And then they make these dinky, stupid freaking gate laying like this. It's like, come on. That is one thing that's nice about some of the guys that do stuff like this when they make fences so you can sell them. So you can make that driveway wider. Oh, bathers are about done. Alright, we're on our last pass with the balers. About to got the balers done. All we got left is pick up bales. And no one gave me a guess on how many bales they thought we were going to have. Oh well. Like I said, I'm thinking 600, 700 somewhere in there. What I think. Yes, I believe. Here we are. shop. Down here. Give them a good washing and servicing. They'll probably get put away for the winter because I am pretty much over swathing baling. I've about had it, I tell you what. What do we got there? We got 23 hours on that one and 14. I had to, and something was goofy. I had to rebuy one, or I had one leased or something. But anyway, 23 hours, and this was a brand new swather at the beginning of the season, beginning of the spring. So 23 game hours, in-game hours. It was actually quite a few hours when it comes to in-game. So 23 hours is quite a bit. When it comes to how many in-game hours you have. Alrighty, here we go. Anybody still left in chat here? One person says he left, so I guess we'll find out. Here's the revealing number on how many bales we got. This one's got 313. See, it's got a 1,235 altogether. And what is our... This one's got 287. So, and this was the John Deere baler I bought with the Krone baler. See, it's got 3,066 bales on it. So when it comes to the game, that's a lot of bales for the game, in my opinion. So 287 on this one. 313 on this one. So that's exactly 600 bales. So that was what I was guessing, 600, 700. Yeah. I guess I did okay on my guess. And you just as well go home too. Send you in the shop. Shop. Okay. Tab out of that one. Tab out of that one. Alrighty, I got straight up 11:01 in the game, and I think that this is call it quits, call it a stream, and I will. Alrighty, guys. Thanks for everybody that was here, been watching and in chat with me tonight. I really appreciate the support. And we're going to stream again tomorrow night. But tomorrow night, Morris will be on here, and we will spread some manure. And hopefully we can get a time advance so we can actually get into starting some harvest next tomorrow, hopefully. But anyway, thank you for everybody for being here, and I will catch everybody on the flip side. We are going to call